Hey everybody, welcome back to Outplanet Studios. This is the second episode of Battlefront 101 that we're doing. The first one was on space combat in Battlefront 2. If you're interested in that, the playlist will be available at the end of the video. So on this one, it's about explosives in Battlefront 1 and 2. We'll be doing most of the demonstrations in Battlefront 2. We'll be switching over to Battlefront 1 here in a little bit to kind of show off, because there's a little bit of difference here and there, but what we're going to start off with is an easy map to do with explosives, and we're going to be playing as the droids on Polis Massa. So here we go. Alright, so you spawn in. First one I'm going to be doing is with the assault droid, obviously. He has the most explosives in the game. He's got the thermal detonator, the rocket launcher, and mines. Alright, so you spawn in as him. Kind of hightail it down to the end of this thing here. Kill these guys so we can have a little bit of space to work. I don't know why I can't hit this guy. My goodness. Getting a little bit of lag here for some reason. Okay, so the first thing is the grenades. So they're the bread and butter of most of the secondary weapons in the game. They got, I think they're in the assault droid, the standard trooper, the sniper. Pretty much everybody's got grenades. So basically, that happens. You know, they're basically just your frag grenade from every other game. You just throw them in there and watch the bodies fly. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just grenades. They're great against infantry. They work pretty well against vehicles as well, which is what we're going to be doing next. So I'm going to switch over to this area here. So with these grenades, and I'll do more of this on the vehicles central video that I'm going to be doing in this series, but there's weak points on each of the vehicles in Battlefront 2. And if you can put grenades into those spots, it's actually does quite a bit of damage. I mean, it's just standard hits like that also do quite a bit, but if you can land a grenade, and this goes for rockets too, which we'll be doing right after this. If you can get a grenade right on the weak spot of that thing, it'll actually destroy it pretty quick. Like, it won't get a one-shot kill like that. That guy is already pretty low health, but yeah, it does quite a bit. So the next thing is the obvious explosive weapon, the rocket launcher. Same thing, I'll be doing this more on the vehicle-centric one, but if you can use the rocket launcher... Oh, that guy's gonna die. It's funny playing on the original, because I just realized that if you play this map in Classic Collection, those guys just instantly die. But they actually have a chance in this one. So they clearly screwed that up. But yeah, the rocket launcher... I'll have to check. I'll try here in a little bit, but the Rebel rocket launcher in Battlefront 1 actually has 2 rockets that come out at the same time. But if you do it in Battlefront 2, most of them just have the 1. So like that was a weak spot hit. Pretty much one-shotted that tank. And just kind of do it pretty easy. So as the assault class, your secondary weapon is landmines. So if you can put those out, definitely be careful where you're doing it. If you know where tanks are and infantry really are doing their kind of initial path out from their spawn point, which I don't know why I spawned in as this guy, you can put those mines out early, and usually does quite a bit. So like in this case with the infantry, I'm just going to put some mines down like right here, because I know they're going to be breaking through this door here pretty quick. And kind of like that. So they're great against infantry, kind of close off these little choke point spots. And they're also really good against vehicles if you know where those vehicles are going. Like if you just put them out in the middle of nowhere, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. But it's also good for closing off areas like kind of like this. Like if you know enemies are going to be going through an area, like an area like this where you know the enemies are going to be overrunning your guys. You mine up the area. Sometimes, like I think the blast radius for these might destroy each other, but the nice thing to know, yeah, they destroy themselves. So watch out for the blast radius for those things. If you put them too close together, they'll destroy each other instead of having multiple shots against the enemy. The nice thing about mines, though, is if you put one out and an enemy goes over it, it'll explode. But if you put one out and your allies walk over it, nothing happens. So it's team-centric. It's great for closing off areas for your enemies. Great for taking down tanks if you can get them, like, good shots in on them. Yeah. Nice little tip here as well is if you're the assault class and you walk out into the space area of Paulus Massa, you don't get attacked. Or your health doesn't go down. So like in this case, destroyed the tank pretty much, and it was at full health, but the blast of it did kill me at the same time. So be careful of that, and you'll be just fine. Okay, so in addition, I'll just do this one a little quick. The Magnaguard, for some reason, has what looks like just the standard droid blaster, but it's actually a mini rocket launcher. So I figured I'd give it like a little quick mention in this because it is an explosive weapon. Oh, that's Yoda. I don't really know what else I have here. Oh, he's got a grenade launcher as well. Forgot about this. So for the grenade launcher, which most of the... I think the Imperial Commander has it as well. And I think the Wookiee might have it. A lot of these like specialty classes have them. We'll respawn here in a sec. Gamma 022. Good job, man. So yeah, we'll respawn as that. So the grenade launcher, the standard rocket launcher, it's a Bulldog RLR. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, the demolition launcher, or radiation launcher? I don't know. It's a grenade launcher. If you just fire it, it just does an explosion like that. But if you hold the trigger when you shoot it, kind of like this, it charges up, you release, and it kind of bounce rolls and then explodes. It's nice. Kind of be able to place your grenade right where you want it to be. Alright, so that about does it for the Magnaguard. Which I don't know why they didn't put the staff in for this guy, like the electro staff. That's what he was supposed to have. Okay, so the next thing is the engineer droid. So he has, in addition to your normal like shotgun and fusion cutter and health packs, he has a Detpack, which is a little bit different. And it's kind of similar to the mines where you just place it down on the ground. Kill this guy first. Wait for one of these guys to come up here. So you can place one. I like doing them like on the wall like that. You can place them down, and when an enemy comes by, you just keep an eye on it. Just place it on the ground, hit the trigger again, and then explode it. It's really good against infantry. It doesn't do too much against infantry or anything like that. It doesn't do a whole lot against tanks, but it does quite a bit against infantry. Special thing that I like to do is on like Kashyyyk, for example, is there's a little bit of a trick with this map, where if you go in as really any class really, I like doing it with the engineer, and you kind of zoom back to the back of the rebel line here. Got so many kills going in there. So you just kind of jump back here and you use this Detpack to place it here, and if you die, I could just destroy it right here, but I'll just die here for the example of it. When you die, if you have a Detpack on the ground, when you respawn as an engineer, that thing will stay there, and if you look down on the bottom there, your Detpack, like the actual detonation thing for it, is still there. So if you hit that thing, we'll zoom into that door that I put that thing on there. You hit the detonation, and it still explodes wherever it is in the world, even though you've died and come back. So nice little trick there with the Detpack. And yeah, so a nice way to do this with the mines for the rebels on Hoth is if you select the assault class, you go into a snowspeeder like this, and just kind of quickly rush your way over here. And if you get killed doing this, it's alright. It's not the end of the world, but It is kind of fun, since you know pretty much where the AT-ATs are going to be going. Just kind of place all these mines everywhere, right in front of where they're walking. Does a significant amount of damage to them, as you can see there. Yeah. And again, I'll go into this more in the vehicle-centric video for this, but putting rockets, again, into the weak spots of these things, I mean, I just took down an AT-AT in less than 2 minutes as the assault class, just zooming up there and using the mines, using the weak spots, and that thing just went down super fast. So, good little example. A fun thing of what I like to do in this map as Rebels is to go back to Echo Base as the assault class. And some friends of mine, this doesn't always work. It kind of takes some trial and error. There's not really any good way to do it that we've found. But some friends of mine and I really like to go up to one of these snow speeders, place mines all along the front side of it, kind of like this. And if you're lucky, you won't die doing this. This is the most redneck way to kill an AT-AT you've ever seen. But you can fly all of these mines, and I'm going to try. It's been a long time since I've done this, but if I remember correctly, if you go really fast, oh yeah, it still kills you. I'm curious how much damage that did, because it sets off the mines right there. And see if we can get another snow speeder spawn. So yeah, I'm going to try this again, and while we're out there, we're going to try to see how much damage we actually did to that thing. Because if you're lucky, you did quite a bit, and then you can just keep doing this. It's really fun to just kind of keep flying out there. Looks like we did a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah, so 2 shots knocks out about half of the health. It's just a kind of a fun way to do it. Yeah, so another really fun way to do this. Uh-oh. We're getting nuked here. He figured out our plan. And I'll go into this one a lot more in the video I'm going to do about the metal system in this game. But if you can get enough weak point hits, kind of like that, preferably without dying. So we almost got this guy. How did I kill myself there? I don't get it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. A nice way to do this to kind of cheese this metal as well is just kind of jump in as the assault class. But before you go into the map, just kind of change the settings so that the... Are you kidding me? How are they advancing so stinking fast? These guys are awful. There's like 2 snow speeders active. Why are they not respawning? So my favorite way to actually use the rocket launcher is the awarded rocket launcher for getting the demolition award for hitting the weak spot of a vehicle 4 times in 1 life. Eventually you'll be able to actually like use it consistently, and I believe that I think it's Chewbacca has this one as just one of his weapons. So my favorite way to use this is either on Kashyyyk or Hoth as Rebels, or I guess Rebels and Republic on Hoth, on the Kashyyyk. You sit in Echo Base or back behind the Wookiee wall, and next to an ammo droid, and just fire the guided rockets. And use it as a guided drone, because it is really fun. Because it controls just like a starfighter, and you can just pelt these guys with rockets, unlimited since you're right next to an ammo droid, endlessly. And it's just take out vehicles, you can hit weak points on AT-ATs. It's really one of my favorite things to do. Just destroys these guys. You get a kill with almost every shot, as long as you're accurate with it, you know. You can hit pretty much anywhere in the map. That was an assault guy that we hit. Another thing about the assault guy as well is that it does have a little bit more health, but does have less movement speed. So I'll go over that more in the character-specific, the class-specific episode as well. But this is a nice fun way to use this. So my favorite way to use mines as well is against sabered guys. So it's a little bit difficult because they just like to throw their lightsabers at you. But oh, did it work? Nope, I didn't. I didn't make it. Oh well. We'll run back out there. Oh, I think I got him. Yeah, really fun. If you're playing against other players as well, it's really fun to like know where they're at and just kind of like secretly plant mines in little hidden places like right here on Camino. Like if you have a friend or something like that that's playing as a Jedi, and like Obi-Wan Kenobi will eventually be showing up on this map, and you just kind of secretly place a mine like, oop, that's a grenade. If you just place a mine like right there, unless they're specifically looking for it, you can't really see that mine. So if they're doing like a sprint or something like that, they're just gonna get nuked by that thing. It's one of my favorite things ever. I think even, I don't know where it is, but in like one of the KOTOR games, like HK-47, like actually talks about the best way to kill Force users is with mines. I just think it's great. So, all right. So the next little bit of fun explosive stuff. This one only appears on space battles as the pilot figure, and then I believe there's some heroes that can use this as well. But it is called the time bomb. It's similar to the Detpack or the mines, where you have to place it somewhere, but it has like a 5-second timer on it. I believe. So it's, I don't know why my vehicle's not landing here. Hello, I'm pressing A. There we go. All right, yeah. So the time bomb has a 5-second timer and functions basically like the mine and Detpacks. So let's go to a place. I like using it on the auto defense mainframe. Pretty much all the weak points inside the ships on these. Has a little time countdown on it. Has a lot of damage output. It's really only good against vehicles and these like weak points in the spaceships and everything, because the timer just makes the... Oh, there went my ship. The timer just makes the whole thing just impossible, because they'll just run away from it. They can't really detect it, but you know, no AI is just going to sit there for that long, you know. So yeah, unfortunately, it's only really useful against vehicles if you're a hero, like on a ground mission, or as the pilot against the internal systems. A fun way that I like to use it is when you see an enemy going into a ship or something, you just place it on the ship and it takes off. Goodbye. And it gets you a nice starfighter kill. 4 points, 1 kill. Very useful. I was going to wait for this droid to come over here again. Oh. Come on, droid. Oh, well, he's going over there. Anyway, you get the point. So yeah, it's not in the game a whole lot, but it is pretty useful in certain spots, but not everything. I definitely prefer the mines or the Detpacks for anti-infantry stuff. See, he didn't even die there. This is not even that useful, but it's in Battlefront 2. So in the original Battlefront, it's slightly different. They still have the normal grenades, but the Republic one is this kind of... It's basically the droid popper from the Clone Wars show. It's blue, and it basically functions the same as the other ones, but it just has like electric blast around it. But then most of the units in Battlefront 1 also have a concussion grenade, which is basically useless against infantry. But if you run into an enemy tank, like this one that's slaughtering all of my friends, oh, just getting in the way, these droidicas. But if you get into a situation where there's an enemy tank attacking, you switch to your concussion grenade, and this is only in Battlefront 1. It's color different. It sticks to vehicles. Oh, but it does damage to vehicles. They ended up actually getting rid of this one for Battlefront 2 and just kind of combined it with the normal grenade. So, like in this one, if you were to go up to a vehicle and throw a normal grenade at it, that grenade will just bounce off, but the concussion grenade will stick to it, like you can see there, even though I died. They kind of combined the two in Battlefront 2 so that it always sticks to vehicles and does a lot of damage to basically everything. So just kind of narrowed it down there a little bit, but it's a fun little thing that's in Battlefront 1. This is also in Battlefront 2, but it's a different class that has it. But they have the Recon Droid, which it has a little thing there, but it also has a self-destruct mechanism on it. So if you use it, try to get some ammo here so I can do it again. Alright, yeah, so kind of back off of these guys a little bit so I don't die. So you're going to want to place your character in this side a little bit carefully. The commander class in Battlefront 2 has this. It's the sniper in this one for some reason. But if you get up close to an enemy and press your secondary weapon ability, it does a big explosion there and will usually get a kill as long as that full thing like the full progress bar on the side there happens. It will explode like that. It does quite a bit of damage and pretty good radius as well. It's the same thing in Battlefront 2, but the radius is a little bit bigger and it's only in the commander class. The next one is one that everybody's been waiting for, and it is the watch those wrist rockets wrist rocket. It's lethal. So it's only on the Super Battle Droid. And I believe in Battlefront 2 it is on the Jango Fett and Boba Fett both have it as well. But it's your secondary attack as the Super Battle Droid, and it is the perfect weapon. You're just shooting rockets at people. If you hit a infantry unit with it, for the most part it is a one-hit kill. Has a decent amount of splash damage as well. So yeah, watch those wrist rockets. Alright, well that pretty much does it for this Star Wars Battlefront 101. Hopefully this helps you become more useful on the battlefield. We'll see how long it takes for Classic Collection to actually be playable, so hopefully you'll be able to learn this stuff and then take it into Classic Collection when it's better. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when the next video comes out. The link for the Discord is down in the description, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.